Hey there, welcome back to the Gazebo and Perkstream for September 15, 2021. I hope this clarifies some things. Hey there, Perk Church. I'm glad that you can join me here in the Gazebo again. I hope that you're ready for a new season of Perkstream, an opportunity to be encouraged in your week and maybe even challenged in some way. I have a question for you. Who do you want to be? Do you have a clear vision for where you are going and what you want to do in life? The work that we've been doing as elders to create a vision plan for 2022 and the 3 years following has got me thinking about that in some ways. So I want to ask you, do you have a clear vision for who you want to be? Now I realize that sounds like one of those business things. It's one of those things that we ask each other and it sounds really good, but we don't really act on it sometimes because, well, it just sounds like it's so sterile maybe. But you know, one of the things that I have worked at in life is trying to be clear about what I want to do. And that's not just because I'm a pastor. I would be doing this in spite of that. I mean, it's not my vocation that would make me want to do it. So what I want to be clear about is what do I want to be doing? What am I about? Well, I'm about following Jesus and inviting other people to do the same. Again, not just because of my vocation. It's clear, it's core to me. It's so important because Jesus is my Lord and Savior. So as I got to thinking about that, I just wanted to put it out to you. Are you clear about your vision for life, like what you want to see come from it? Some of us might be clear because of our vocation or because of something in our life that we really want to achieve. And so we're very clear about our life goals. But what do you ultimately want to see come from your life? Is it something that you produce? Is it something that you are? Is it something that you help someone else become? And somehow for us as Christ followers, I hope that that still brings us back to the person of Jesus Christ. And I really hope that you'll embrace that as part of your thinking about what do I really want to produce in my life? Who do I want to be and what do I want to see happen? There are so many different declarations that we could make concerning what Jesus was core about. But one of the things he was always really clear about is that he was never here for himself. He came to promote that God was near, that God's kingdom was near, and he wanted to show that in as many ways possible. He did that through his mighty deeds, he did that through his teaching, and he did it through his lifestyle. And there's one particular moment that I think really shows this. It's at that time when he is in the upper room, and he takes off his outer garment and he starts washing his disciples' feet. Now this was revolutionary. We may not be so shocked by it because we think, well, yeah, it's Jesus, but his disciples were put off. Peter speaks for them by saying, you're never going to wash my feet. But Jesus says, I need to do this. In fact, when he gets done, he puts back on his garment and he says, do you really grasp what I've done for you? You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, because that is who I am. So if I, your teacher and Lord, have washed your feet, so you should wash each other's feet. Jesus was very clear that he came to serve. He came to not to be served, even though he was Lord of all creation, but he came to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. So Jesus was very clear about who he was and who he came to be, and he was very clear about passing that vision on to his disciples. This is what he expected of them in their life. So I hope as you're considering who you are and what kind of life that you would envision having, as Jesus is at your core, I would challenge you to consider what does his servant heart mean for you and your vision. So let's be clear. Jesus has a vision. Jesus had a very clear vision of who he was and who he wants his disciples to be. So I hope that figures in somewhere clearly into who you want to be. Well, about this time I would make some sort of announcement or update us on something in the life of the church, and Perkstream's going to take a shift right here, and we're going to leave that to the weekly update that Allison produces every week. So I'm just going to ask you to check the weekly update, read it, find your information there. We're going to take Perkstream in this direction, that we are going to be that weekly dose of encouragement and occasional challenge to look at our lives and say, how can we be more like Jesus? And as we're doing that, we're also going to have other voices speaking in here, looking for Pastor Rolando, some of our elders, and maybe you. Maybe you are somebody that has a vision and you want to get that out there for people to be encouraged by. Or maybe you have a story for how you have seen your vision of life come to pass in such a way that somebody was encouraged. I want to be able to share those stories with other people, and this would be a great place to do that. So Perkstream is a place for us to grow, to learn, to be encouraged, to see hope, and to be challenged. And that's where we're going to be going with Perkstream. So God bless you this week as you continue in your week. May you have a very clear vision of where God is taking you in life and how you can be the servant to other people in the way of Jesus. Have a great week.